We need to adjust that one. Simple. Right? Now, with another perspective of understanding the costs, we have discussed manufacturing cost, non-manufacturing cost, period cost, product cost, cost based on behavior, variable cost, fixed cost, and mixed cost, right? And now we will be differentiating cost based on direct and indirect. The direct and indirect method, we already talked about that. Direct cost means which we can easily and conveniently trace, that is called direct cost, right? Okay, the cost that can be easily and conveniently traced to a unit of product or other cost object. Direct material, direct labor. Indirect cost, cost that cannot be easily traced to a unit of product, other cost, or the other cost. We call this indirect cost, which is the example of manufacturing overhead, right? So find out direct cost and indirect cost, and remember one more stuff. Yes, okay, direct cost and indirect, we already talked about that. So what is the cost object which drive this cost? So all you need to do, you need to mention that one. So this is, I'm gonna set up the breakout room activity. Please read the question. And for example here, catered food served to patient, but based on a particular patient, right? If a particular patient asks to give them avocado flavor custard, then you have to make for them only. So can you trace that cost? Pretty easy, right? So that's why it is called a direct cost, right? So you need to write down X or just good or whatsoever, mark it, check it, okay? So I'm making a breakout room activity. So meanwhile, please take a picture here and then we talk about its answer. So please turn on your video as during this breakout room activity and your speaker as well. And those who are watching online, I'm just going to pause it here and we will come back after breakout room activity.
Yes.
Okay, welcome back after the breakout room activity. So I have received your files. So let's just compare the answer. Everybody, please open the file of your answers and let's compare with the solution here. Here we go. So the wages of pediatric nurses based on the pediatric department, it is direct cost. Prescription drugs based on a particular patient, direct, easily traceable. Heating the hospital to a particular or to a department, whole department, it's indirect cost, because we cannot find out easily per patient cost of heating. What is it? Because in that heating, those who are attendants, those who are janitors, supervisors, and all are using those heating facility, right? It's hard to find out. The salaries of head of pediatrics, the pediatric department, of course, department head has only one head. Its salary is quite obvious, it's direct one. The salary of the head of the pediatrics based on a particular patient, indirect, because the head of the departments are not paid based on one patient. It has a fixed salary and that's it. And department wise, that's it. Right? 6, hospital chaplain's salary. A particular patient, indirect cost. Chaplain salary is only, it's like that on department wise, and it has nothing to do with the individual or not. Lab test by outside contractor based on particular patient, direct. Lab test by outside contractor, particular department are also direct costs. If some lab tests cannot be done inside the hospital, are done through outside, and it's easy. They can provide receipt. That's it. Even for a particular patient, not we have the same blood. Not everybody has the same blood, right? So that's why at a particular patient, they have to take up their own blood. There is own labeling on the blood sample. Have you done with the testing? I hope you did that, right? So they have their own tube and their own numbers, and you have a particular test report with your patient name. That's it. Whether it's produced on mass levels, every patient will be given a product number and then a separate report. It's easy to find out. Any question? Understand? Good. Okay, let's move to let's take 10 minutes break, a coffee break, then we start from here. Okay, class, welcome back after the break. So our 7th learning objective, we were discussing that. We will talk about it after the break. So it is understand cost classification used in decision making, differential cost, opportunity cost, and sunk cost. So up till now, we have discussed cost based on behavior, based on manufacturing, non-manufacturing, based on direct, indirect. And now we are talking about cost based on decisions. Differential cost, opportunity cost, and sunk cost. Okay, so let's talk about first the opportunity cost. So every decision involves a choice between at least 2 alternatives. We have more than 2 alternatives, but at least if we think conservatively, we must have 2 alternatives. Going college, attending this class, going to even for a gym, going to even sleep, going to even for having food, dinner, lunch, breakfast. Every choice have at least 2 alternatives. So only those costs and benefits that differ between alternatives are relevant in decision making. If 2 situations are similar in these 2 choices, it means that are not choices for decision making. If I have to go to Donghua University and I have to attend the class, so you can also attend through online. In both cases, attending class are similar. It means you don't have got really a choice. Situation 2, if you take the class through online portal, you don't have to pay the transportation cost. So when you are in your room, no transportation cost. When you go to Donghua University to attend the class, you have to pay transportation cost. So these 2 are different situations. So the same alternative, same 2 choices, you have 2 different situations. That is a differential cost, difference, right? Differential cost. Okay. So the situation that are similar between these 2 alternatives that are not called differential cost. The situations that are different between these 2 alternatives, these are called differential costs. So you need to see that cost and benefit as well. If the benefits are both the same, you need to attend class online or through going over there. The benefits are the same for attending class. It should be skipped from the decision making parameters. All other costs and benefits that can and should be ignored as irrelevant, right? So we'll just talk about that. Differential cost and revenue, cost and revenues that differs among alternatives. Let us just talk about that differential cost. So example here, you have a job paying 1,500 a month in your hometown. You have a job offer in a neighboring city that pays 2,000, but the commuting cost is 300. So you have two alternatives, right? One is paying you 2,000, one is paying you 1,500. What is the difference? 500. So you are going to decide based on 500. What is the additional cost of 500? Commuting cost 300. So did you save something? Yes, 200. That can be a good choice, right? So what is the differential revenue? 500. Differential cost 300. If the answer is positive, you should choose that alternative. Opportunity costs, the potential benefit that is given up when one alternative is selected over another. So example, if you were not attending college, you could be earning 15,000 per year. Your opportunity cost of attending the college is 15,000. Understand? So my question is, what if you have 4 alternatives? What would be your opportunity cost? Constance, are you here? So if you have 2 alternatives, 3 alternatives, I think 4, yeah, A, B, C, D. One is you are attending college,